class. I just wanted to do a video to explain to you what you are doing this upcoming week. I hope you all had a great March break and you're feeling rested, because this week we're going to finish off Unit 2. So I'm looking at the checklist here, and you can see that the summative is due on the 24th. And so that's the Thursday. So you should be working on it a little bit Monday, a little bit Tuesday, a little bit Wednesday, and finishing it off on Thursday. The idea is you're doing about an hour a day of work in the course. So just to remind you to budget your time accordingly to get the mark that you want for that assignment. So I'm just going to go to Activity 5. And this has been all about the consumer, and spoiler alert, the next unit's going to be about the designer, so we're going to be looking at some Canadian designers and looking at runway shows and all of that good stuff. But not doing that yet, because you've got to finish the summative. So we're going to use some of the ideas that we did in the last inquiry assignment to work on our summative. So you're going to pretend that you are an owner of a store, and one cohort is going to be upper middle class baby boomers. So remind yourself of cohorts and like what age range that is if you don't remember. And this is in a city location, downtown Ottawa. I'm in Ottawa, and most of you are in Ottawa, so just keep it simple. And the second store is geared to a different demographic, lower middle income seniors who live in Ottawa. So both of the locations are city, but you have the difference in age. Baby boomers, the cohort 2 of baby boomers, and lower middle income seniors. So you're going to have to create a character profile for each of the customers. So pretend that you're going to just imagine what one of these baby boomers would be like and one of those lower middle income seniors. So use all of the things that you were looking at in the previous activity. So demographic, purchasing behavior, what are their social influences, and all of the things that would make up what kind of person they would be. You're kind of stereotyping, if that makes it easier for you. And then once you've developed a character profile, you're going to relate it to the theory that we looked at, the fashion cycle and fashion leadership theories. So a couple of things I want you to consider is, where is your customer in the fashion cycle? Are they a fashion leader, a fashion follower, a fashion laggard? And why you think they're in that spot. So for your character profile, you might need to do a little research. So don't hesitate to do some of that, and just make sure to cite your sources in APA. Once you've figured out who would be shopping at your store, you get to figure out what you would be selling. So are you selling couture? Are you selling ready-to-wear? Are you selling mass-produced? You can do different things at each store. That's why you're making 2 stores. So feel free to do like ready-to-wear at one and mass-produced in the other if you want, or you can keep them the same, whatever works for you. Just make sure that you are able to support your decision to reflect that based on the cohort that you chose. So you can't just say, I chose 2 of the exact same stores because I don't want to think about what the other cohort would like. That's not going to work very well. So what kind of merchandise will you have once you've decided what kind of merchandise you're going to sell? So you need business attire, casual wear, exercise wear, outerwear, accessories, and footwear. So what are some of the things that you're going to sell in this boutique? Now keep in mind, you're not Walmart. Alright, so you're a small boutique owner. You're going to sell a very minimal amount of clothes. We're not H&M, where you could buy something of anything that you'd want. So feel free to include visuals so I can see what you want, and remember to cite your images. I want at least 4 visual examples for each store of what you would offer to your customer. So reference your sources, including your images, in APA. So you're going to submit that assignment to the Dropbox. I'm just going to pop over to the rubric. Oh, no, I'm not. No, I am. This is a copy of the rubric that you're going to see in your Dropbox. You can see there's going to be 4 strands that are assessed. One thing that you're going to need to do is you're going to be able to imagine what your what your customer would want. So in order to get a level 3 or a level 4, you have to analyze and evaluate this information that you've come up with about customers. And also in that strand, you need to select the appropriate merchandise for that group. So I'm imagining the lower middle income seniors are not going to be wearing crop tops this season. All right, so just an idea. The other strand that you're going to be looking at is communicating. So how are you able to communicate this? Is it like a report? Are there visuals? Are all of the things that I just explained in there? Are you missing pieces? That's part of communication. The other one is fashion history. So this is looking at the little blurb that you do on the fashion cycle and the fashion theories that we were looking at. And then the last bit is the marketing piece. So how are the clothes that you've chosen appropriate for the demographic, the cohort that we have given you? So those are the 4 kind of areas. So if you do everything the assignment asks, those 4 areas are covered and you should be good to go. So that is the rubric. So when you're done with that, just submit it to the Dropbox. I am also going to open Unit 3 probably on Tuesday or Wednesday, most likely Tuesday, now that I'm thinking about it and saying it out loud. Just for those of you who are working ahead and want to continue to work a little bit ahead, I'll open the first couple of activities for that. So I hope that makes sense. If you have any questions or need any help, just